let's tap in and see what we got, all right? Wow. So we're tapping into unhealed, distorted masculine energy here. And this is already looking crazy. Okay. I'm going to pull a bunch out here and then we'll see. Firestorm. Yeah, so, okay, if you guys don't know, before I get into this, I got to explain to you, if you don't know about Saturn, Saturn is called Granddaddy Saturn, Saturn the great teacher. Saturn is the bringer of karma when you're not doing the right thing, or when you're hurting others, or when you're being toxic to others, or abusive to others, or to yourself, if you're being toxic even for yourself, because people that are toxic to others are also toxic to themselves. Granddaddy Saturn is gonna bring the inferno, and that's exactly what we have here. Aries is a planet of fire. You know, Aries is associated with Mars, so we have a firestorm here. I'm not surprised to see that with Saturn being in Aries, okay? Especially for the unhealed, distorted masculines, the toxic masculines, okay? Not to be confused ever with divine masculines, okay? Healthy masculine energy and toxic masculine energy is very different. So let's get into it. Toxic masculine, distorted masculine going through a firestorm, or they're about to. All right. Not only do we have firestorm here, we also have inferno, which is also a firestorm. All right. So this is like, oh my goodness. And over here we have a situation's about to explode. Ish is about to pop off, up in flames. This is like fire, 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 fire. All right. I hope there's not going to be a real fire, but this could be symbolic of just firestorm in this person's life. Oh my goodness. We have karma and karma here and here, side by side. Drama, endings, loss, mental, mentee breakdown, okay? Can't say the whole word, but you know what I'm talking about. A mentee B, all right? So this person is spiraling. I called this earlier today when I made a post. So this person is hitting rock bottom. We have rock bottom here. Again, we have karma. They're definitely getting karma for the things that they've done to you, Divine Feminine, because that's why I'm doing this reading for, you know, you guys as well. And to see how they're being, okay, I have to be careful how I word this. I want to see what they are getting in exchange for the way that they have treated you and others, okay? Because they're not just terrible to divine to divine feminines. They're usually terrible to a lot of people, but they will hide that. So we have jail, legal issues, life falling apart. We have jail here twice. This is so crazy, guys. We have 3 energies of fire here. We have multiple energies here about karma. We have loss here twice. We have a mentee B, okay, a breakdown. We have endings, job loss, everything crumbling, life falling apart, jail and legal issues. We have controversy as well. Wow. Drama, scandal, and truth coming out. Wow. Okay. This person knows. I feel that distorted masculine knows that a situation's about to explode and Ish is about to pop off up in flames. They know this. They're actually taking pills or doing drugs. Could be recreational drugs or both, all right? They're self-medicating, not in a healthy way. because I think that they feel this coming, or it's already started, because Saturn is already in Aries. So it's going to be a little different for everybody because it's a collective reading, guys. But we are reading for a specific purpose today, which is how are these distorted masculines who are not in their divine masculine energy being affected by Saturn being in Aries right now. So if you have Aries or heavy Aries in your chart, this may be a lot worse for you, but okay, they're going to be experiencing, so wow. What I'm picking up here is that they may have hurt you very badly, and now they're suffering with their own broken heart. All right, so we'll have to see more. They're spying on you. Drive-by stalking, social media, psychic, tarot readings. Yeah, they're trying to, well, they are stalking you through any of these outlets, okay? Social media, tarot readings, psychic readings, but it's not to protect themselves. It's actually for some darker reason is what I'm picking up, and probably because you left them and they're heartbroken now. So they may have been feeling like they were the ones on top of the world or whatever the case, you know, and now they're suffering. Okay, so everything they did to you is coming back to them. It looks like 1,000-fold, and maybe to a lot of other people as well. So there was something that I wanted to say that was coming to me. Yes, I know. When I wrote my post earlier, I was telling you guys that people who are in distorted energy, right? We're talking about distorted masculine energy right now, so let's focus on that. So when they're in distorted masculine energy, they will siphon your energy, especially if you're a divine feminine. They need any energy, they need any supply, but if you're divine feminine, even better for them. They will siphon that energy, siphon that love, siphon that nurturing. They'll siphon even just from your attention. So the more private you can go, the better, especially with this stuff going on. So, you know, if you have certain platforms and they're public, you may want to consider going private for now so they don't feed off of your energy, so they don't try to get into like a back and forth type of BS with you, or just siphon your energy in general, feed off of your energy. That's what they do. Okay, they're feeling under pressure, anxiety, decisions, time's running out. Yeah, they're effed up over you because they're hooked on you still. Psycho. Wow. Now they are obsessed. They're watching you like crazy. Yeah, watch your back, guys. Just be careful. This person's coming up as a crazy ex who's obsessed with you, who will not let go. Yep, they have massive regrets, but they're not going to admit that, I don't think. But we'll see if they will. But they're going around and around. You see, they're in a karmic cycle because they have not moved into their divine masculine energy. They're still in distorted masculine energy because they refuse to do the healing work. So I'm feeling like they're pretending that they have, but they haven't. Okay, they're getting slammed right now. They're in a SHIT storm, a firestorm. They're in the inferno. They've hit rock bottom. They're dealing with all kinds of loss. Their life is falling apart. They are literally they're so triggered right now. That's why I said, go as private as possible. I mean, you maybe can't with everything. Like if you're a reader like I am, or if you're an influencer or something like that, you may not be able to go totally private, but you know, maybe with your personal life, I don't know, something. They're in this whirlpool of round and round in a karmic cycle, you know. They're super triggered. They're getting slammed with lessons right now, and that's what Saturn does. It delivers lessons. Granddaddy Saturn, karma and lessons. Okay, so This is this masculine's chance to, you know, do something different, but, you know, we don't know if they will. Yep, they're suffering from depression. So they're depressed, but they are probably, wow, depressed and then hurting, crying, depressed, pain, and sorrow. This is crazy. These things are coming out almost like chronologically or next to each other or like really close together. So that's major confirmation that this person is in a deep depression right now. Again, this is a distorted masculine, so they will not act vulnerable. If you know anything about narcissisms, I'm not going to say the word, but you know what I'm talking about. They will pretend like that they are flying high on top of the world, even when their life is falling apart. You know, that's just what they do. But they know they effed up, okay? Knowing they effed up. Wow. They may have done something illegal here. Because we have Inferno. This is knowing they effed up, not only with you, but we have Inferno here. Chaos, job loss, everything crumbling. This person's in jail. So they may have done something that's going to land them in jail. All right, or have their life fallen apart. They're copying you. Okay, so now we're getting the borderline / narcissism personality traits showing up. Okay, so this person may have a mix of disorders. I'm not here to diagnose anybody. I'm just telling you the energy that I'm seeing here. And my knowledge in psychology, of course, with the work that I do. But like I said, I'm not diagnosing anybody. I'm just telling you the energy that is here. A masculine copying a feminine is a distorted masculine energy for sure. He's probably more in his feminine energy than his masculine energy. So he may have started to copy your personality in order to, you know, get other women like you, or copy your personality because they don't have an identity of their own, or they just admire you so much, even though it's a love-hate thing with disordered people, but they actually want to be like you. They're acting like you. They're copying you. They may be impersonating you, even talking like you. So people who have like a lot of borderline traits mixed with narcissism traits, they typically will do that. Wow. We have the police here. So, oh, wow. This is over droogs, okay? I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? So they're either gonna get caught up here from doing these, or that's what they're selling. So, damn, this is getting crazy, you guys. They're about to get played. Wow. So they thought that you were the puppet on their string, that they were playing you. Honey. Nope. They're getting played. They're about to be manipulated. They're about to be controlled, getting played like a puppet, and lied to. Somebody's setting this person up. This person's getting set up. They may know it and they're moving, or they're getting kicked out of their house. They may not be able to afford their home anymore. They may be moving because they're scared of the police, but I think the police are already on them. That's just what I feel. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Now we have police station. Like, this reading is insane right now. This person is definitely... They're raging. This person is raging, okay? This is how they're really feeling. So if they're pretending to be all calm and cool and collected, you best believe they're being watched. They're being investigated. And they are absolutely raging. I think just in general, because they feel like their entire life is falling apart, and, you know, I feel like they're just not doing well. Oh, my dog. They want to marry somebody for money, but because they're about to be bankrupt or they are bankrupt. This is insane. So yeah, they're probably definitely moving because I don't think they can afford or they won't be able to afford their house. But it also may be that they're doing something illegal out of their house. Wow. So they may also be raging because they tried to get with somebody or marry somebody or establish a relationship with somebody for money and it didn't work. And now they're pissed. And this is why they wanted to get into a relationship for money. Because they're on the brink of bankruptcy or they are bankrupt. This is insane. They're a bugaboo. Yeah. Damn. They're a broke. This person's a broke. Yeah, they may already be bankrupt or they're just about to be. Or they're just going down and they're about to be. Yeah, they're about to get caught up. Caught up. I always laugh about this card, but this is no laughing matter, but this person is getting the lessons and karma that they had coming to them. Should have treated people better. They're getting caught. Okay. They're definitely getting caught doing something illegal here, you guys. There's evidence on them. Yeah. There's evidence on this person. So they're clout hungry. Wow. Like I was saying earlier, they're spiraling. So the distorted masculines right now, I've noticed that, you know, from talking to clients and doing private readings and just talking to friends and soul tribe and stuff like that, family, the distorted masculines are spiraling right now. So why are they clout hungry? Because they're desperate for new supply, because they're losing everybody or they don't have anybody left. So they'll say anything, do anything, make ish up to get attention, supply. They're being dramatic. We have legal matters here, okay? Wow. You may have divorced this person or you are going to or separating, but there's something legal here. They could be getting caught up as well for not paying their child support on time. We have that here. There could be something about the way that they're driving or some sort of ticket. We also have something to do with, wow, criminal legal matters is here. This person is definitely getting caught up for doing something criminal. And I feel like they're being watched, or they have been being watched for a while. There could be a paternity matter that comes up as well, or something to do with, it could just be child support. Yeah, bad karma. They're going through their karma. So distorted masculines, better get your ish together. This is going to keep happening, just like we saw cycles round and round, you know, trapped. They're trapped in this. They're getting bad karma right now because they haven't been legal issues. Wow. Legal matters, legal issues, court, judges, immigration, lawyers. This person has got a lot of bad karma going on, okay? It looks like everything is crumbling for them. And just an FYI, like, if you don't change and learn your lessons and make amends and start being a better person, you can't lie to the universe. You cannot lie to the universe. Energy doesn't lie. Behavior patterns doesn't lie. It speaks for itself. That's why they're going through this right now. Okay. And I'll just say this as well. I believe that Saturn is going to be in Aries up until 2028, I believe. aside from a brief period, a brief period where it's going to enter Pisces. So Mars is the planet of war also, and that is connected to Aries. Even though Saturn is what we're talking about here, Saturn is the great teacher. That's why we see a lot of karma at this time. Wow. Ego death, chaos, downward spiral. This could lead to a spiritual awakening. They're okay. Not only are they facing real jail, but they're also facing spiritual jail, which is just as bad. Honestly, when somebody's in spiritual jail, it can be loss after loss after loss, like jobs, relationships, business, people, reputation. I mean, it's so many things. Bank failure. This is so crazy. Bankrupt, bank failure, broke a, bugaboo. This person is really going down. Losing sleep. Of course they are. So worried, replaying events. They're thinking about you. Yeah, they're wishing they had treated you better. That's for damn sure. Especially a divine feminine. Mess with a divine feminine. Watch your whole life fall apart. And they won't even have to do a damn thing. The universe will do it. And that's what's happening right now. Yep. They're still childish, immature, argumentative. They're playing the victim, even though they are the victimizer. Unreal. All they care about is groupies. Oh my God. I told you, this person needs, this distorted masculine needs supply so bad right now. They need it to look like they have friends. They need it to appear as though they have people on their side. Okay? They are trying to gather groupies because they're clout hungry. They only care how things appear on the outside. Meanwhile, their entire life is falling apart. This is insane. Bad credit. I'm not trying to laugh. I just can't believe how many of the same energies keep coming up. Bank failure, broke a, bankrupt, bugaboo, bad credit, unemployed. This person may have lost their job. That's why they're doing something illegal, selling something illegal. They're in a lot of debt, or they have so much debt that may be why they have to. This is right over marrying for money. So take it as an energy. They could have gotten into a relationship and tried to get money out of that person, tried to get a loan from that person because they have bad credit. They can't get their own loan. They can't get their own money. They are unemployed, in debt, and they have bad credit. And their life is falling apart. Good Lord. But at the same time, they're fake flexing. They're pretending to be... Oh my dog. They're pretending to be rich. Acts rich. Acts rich. Flosses money. Acts fancy. Shows off. Etc. This is the type of person who will post like pictures of, money online to make people think that they have some. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. How sad. How freaking sad. Oh, wow. Look at all that shattered glass. They're destroyed. Shattered, broken, effed up. So, whatever they're presenting, it's a lie. They're fake flexing. This is where they're at. They're destroyed it looks like in every way. This is their chance, though, to have a spiritual awakening and actually be real with themselves and the universe. But unfortunately, narcissisms and any of the cluster Bs are not really ever gonna do that, because the disorders themselves prevent them from seeing that they are the common denominator of all the problems in their life, including their relationships. So, but hey, never say never. Spiritual awakenings can be extremely powerful. Yep, falling apart, falling into pieces, destroyed, shattered, broken, effed up, burning evidence. They may be trying to cover their tracks with whatever illegal stuff they've been doing. Okay? And they're trying to get rid of the evidence. So they don't have to actually be burning it. They could be. They could be smoking it. But hey, they could also be hiding it. So take it as an energy. They could be hiding evidence, moving things around to other spots, or lighting that ish on fire. I don't know. They're in the inferno, right? So they're in a firestorm. We have more fire here. Who knows? They're a thug. They're doing thug-ish. Yeah. You see the handcuffs? They're going down for doing something illegal. Point blank and period. Again, we have unemployed. They're unemployed, broke, fired, living beyond their means. So they should have saved. They didn't. They thought that they were going to probably be okay forever. You know, these type of people who, they have money, it burns a hole in their pocket. They don't save. They don't invest. They just spend. Very immature. As we saw, childish. Now they're broke. And they got fired from their job. They're unemployed. They're being investigated. I told you. They're being watched. They're being investigated. I'm picking up even by the FEDS because of their bad choices. Damn. Yep, they're around a bad crowd who have addictions, toxic people, the wrong crowd. Well, obviously, if they're doing thug-ish and they're doing illegal stuff, then that makes sense. They're unhealthily coping. So they're probably drinking, using substances like we already saw, plus maybe alcohol too, to cope with all of this karma and inferno that they're dealing with, this ish storm, firestorm. They're about to get some shocking news. Okay. Wow, that's right over bank failure. Could also have to do with you, Divine Femme, because it's next to this unhealthy coping, and it's next to losing sleep, worried, replaying events, and thinking about you. So they may find out something about you, maybe being in another relationship, or, you know, maybe doing really well in life, opening a business, or getting married, whatever it is. They're not going to handle it well, or they're not handling it well. You know, timelines can be, yes. Whatever this news is, it's shocking and they're not happy about it. They're getting betrayed by someone. Yeah, they have a traitor in their groupie circle. Okay, so one of their quote unquote groupies, or somebody, one of these toxic people in the wrong crowd that they hang out with, is about to help bring them down. Okay, they're going to get betrayed by someone who is, they think is one of their friends, but this is a traitor. Okay, they're about to be backstabbed. This distorted masculine, this toxic masculine, they betrayed you. They backstabbed you. They were deceitful towards you. Now this is happening to them. That's what I wanted to explain. So they have people in their circle that are not to be trusted. They don't have any real friends. That's the point here. They're about to be deceived, backstabbed. You know what I'm feeling? Somebody that they're doing shady business with may be going down and bringing this person with them. So, they are sure getting their karma. Yeah, they're just wasting time. They're stuck, no changes, limited. Caught a case. They have a smexual infection, a smexual disease, a rash. This person is going through it. This this distorted masculine, let me just be clear, distorted masculine, this toxic masculine is going through literally HELL. They're feeling extremely insecure. That's why they need to find supply, people to feed off of, groupies. You know, they're probably acting really thirsty, being out here trying to gather people to make it look like they have people on their side, or pretend like they're getting this ego boost, pretending like they're getting attention from other women, acting thirsty and desperate because they're in their feels. They need supply, guy. Look at this. You see what's there wrapped up, right? This is next to caught a case, all right? It's also next to insecure. Wow, they're in their feels. They're so insecure that they need it to look like they are sought after, even though they're the ones making themselves look pathetic, thirsty, and desperate. They already have a bad reputation, so the popo or the people in their life already know all about this person, who they are, what they're about, this distorted masculine. They're stalking you. Oh, look at how scary this person is in the picture. This is a crazy, obsessed stalker, watching, obsessed, stalking you. Careful, Divine Femme. This person is still extremely toxic. They're about to be trapped. There's a trap that they are walking right into. Okay? And they're not going to be able to see that because that's their karma. So no matter what they do to try to prepare, burning the evidence, hiding the evidence, it's too late. The trap's already been set. Granddaddy Saturn's here to say, put the skippity paps down on that distorted masculine. It's about that time. They're out here online fishing for comments because they are insecure in their feels and feeling insignificant, irrelevant, and worthless. And that's their karma. They're infatuated with you still. They're in denial that you don't give a ish about them, that you're not even focused on them. Okay. Obsession. I mean, you probably just want to know that, obviously they're getting what the karma that they deserve, but we're going to tap into your energy and see where you're at with this person. But I don't think you care anything about this person. They're obsessed with you. They're still really attracted to you. All right. They're infatuated with you. They're also in denial about you not wanting them. Yeah, they're creeping. They're stalking you. That keeps coming out. No surprise there. They're watching you. They're envious. Look at this. This person is obsessed with you and envies you and is jealous of you at the same time. And they're also in spiteful energy. Wow. Distorted masculine is seriously distorted. Whoever this reading is for, this is not just your average distorted masculine. This is like your distorted masculine on steroids distorted. Okay? Thief. This person, this distorted masculine is a thief. He's trying to rob people or con people, fraud people. We have robbed, loss, theft. This is con artist energy. This is fraud energy. This person may be trying to hack you to steal your money. This person may be trying to get to your finances somehow. They're also a thief of joy, and now they're experiencing loss. They're going to experience that theft. They may get robbed as well. Wow. This could be the betrayal that they're about to deal with. Not just being ratted out, but they're about to go through what they've been doing to other people or trying to do to other people here. Probably they have. There's something about physical and emotional. Yeah, they rob people of their emotional or mental health. and possibly their physical health as well. And now this is also going to be happening to them. That's crazy. They have a sex addiction. I can't show that card. They're drinking, toxic lifestyle. Then we have Smex shop. They're spending whatever money they do have either at a Smex shop, can't say the word, and or on their Smex addiction. Wow. They may be conning women into sleeping with them. They may be spending money on PORN or anything to do with Smex shop activities, prosties, Jezebels, spirits. Your shine. You're spiritual and they're the opposite. They're in demonic energy. Your shine and your light irritates their demons. What did I say about Jezebel? That's insane. That was the next card that came out. They're dealing with Jezebels. Jezebel, this is women who have Jezebel attachments, which is a demonic attachment, because they are in demonic energy themselves, or they have a demonic attachment themselves. So you can look that up. Leviathan spirits, marine spirits, there's all different types, but this distorted masculine definitely has some demonic attachments, or they're just an actual effing demon themselves. It depends on, this is a collective reading. It's going to be a little different for everybody, but they're definitely dealing with prosties or Jezebels, same thing. And that's why you need to be cautious, because this person has a sexual disease or an infection. So I think you already know that. They're envious of you. They're a hater. Yeah, they're trying to get the inside scoop into your life. They're spying on you. This keeps coming up. A closer look, nosy, up in your business. They're out here doing all kinds of disgusting stuff. Their life is falling apart, and guess what they're focused on? You. Of course, because you're divine feminine, and they'll never, ever be able to find anybody like you again. Okay, no matter... They're never going... You can't replace a divine feminine. They're a Jack-A. As I always say, they're not just one clown. This distorted masculine is the whole goddamn circus, okay? This person is the whole circus. This person is also a person who may threaten to delete themselves if you leave them. They're a major manipulator. This always comes out when I read about distorted masculines. This distorted masculine is not just one red flag, they're 4 red flags. Okay? They're deceitful, they're a cheater. The sign, you already have seen the signs, so now I was spot on, I feel, when I said I don't think you want anything to do with this person, and you already know what they're all about, like you already know the tea. And you have seen multiple red flags. That's why we have 4 of them here. Oh, wow. This is a person who uses threatening intimidation tactics, okay? They may have threatened you. There's a GUN here. So this is literally a person who will threaten to unalive you. And they may have done that already. And they may have done that to multiple other women or people in general. Guys, do your background research on people when you meet them. That's all I'm going to say about that, because you'd be surprised. Pay the $20 to do the deep digging and to check out someone's background, okay? Especially if they present themselves online as this godlike, type of person, or super spiritual. There's a lot of red flags. This person is literally the opposite of all of that. Do a background check, find out the real story, connect with other women, okay, that they have dealt with or been with, so you can find out the real deal, because this person is a complete con artist, a fraud, okay? They're also dangerous. They're dangerous. They're very bothered right now because you walked away from them. Yep, my way or the highway. Selfish, stubborn, arrogant, pride, and ego. Wow. Again, we have STD energy here. A lot of hooking up. Okay. Secrecy. Oh. They're haunted. Wow. They may be haunted by their own demons in their own mind. Something may have happened on Halloween. They may have tried to do something on Halloween. They may have done spell work on Halloween or something like that. They may be haunted also of the memories of youth. They're having flashbacks. Wow. So part of their karma right now is dealing with the side effects of their own traumas, dealing with flashbacks, memories, haunted. So this person, mentee B, like I said, they're having a breakdown. This person is spiraling, or they're about to be. Yeah, they're being spiritually attacked. They spiritually attacked you, Divine Femme, and now they're being spiritually attacked. This distorted masculine. And again, we have karma here. Again, we also have divine intervention facing their demons. I was just talking about this, right next to them being haunted. This is so mind-blowing right now. So here we have demons. Your light, your shine irritates their demons. And right here, we have divine intervention, which is Granddaddy Saturn in Aries right now, delivering major blows to the distorted masculines who have not done the healing work. They're now being forced to face their demons. They are under spiritual attack because if they were spiritually attacking you, even if it was just evil eye, jealousy, that is a form of black magic, energy projection, lying on you. Okay, that's all black magic. Pretending they were the victim when they victimized you. That's black magic. Okay, and now that's all coming back to them. They're dealing with their own demons. So in order to do black magic, okay, or for it to work, or for it to be delivered, let's say it's through lies and gossip and slander about you, right? Pretending that they didn't, do the damage that they did, or they didn't abuse you, or they didn't, whatever. Dark entities have to carry that out. So any form of spiritual attack that's lower vibrational negative has to be carried out by dark entities or demonic entities. So people who are in lower vibrational energy have those lower vibrational entities that they work with, or those attachments that are sent to deliver that to you, sent to attack you, right? So now what's happening is Granddaddy Saturn, the great teacher, the karma deliverer, is putting all of that back on them. This person is going down. Yep, they're going down. We have, cold shoulder. Yeah, you're so distant from this, distance, breakup, separation, cold shoulder. Again, we have copycat. This person has no identity of their own. So you being a spirit, wow, I'm getting this again, guys. You being this spiritual person that you are, they're literally copying your personality to get another spiritual being like you, another divine being like you, but they can't. They cannot replace you because you're a divine feminine. I'm not saying there's only one divine feminine in the world, but no divine feminine can be replaced. So if they're still hooked on you, even if they did find another divine feminine, it still wouldn't be able to replace you. And that's driving them crazy. But they're trying to copy your personality in order to attract another you. That's how disordered and sick this person is. But they're not attracting divine femmes, they're attracting Jezebels, or they're going after supply. So they're accepting any type of Jezebel energy. Definitely not women who are in divine feminine energy, or probably even, high value women, period. Sorry. I want to shuffle this and this is getting pretty long, but I'm getting such a storyline here. So they're fighting with a lot of people right now. Wow. They don't trust anybody. This is part of their karma. So nobody trusts them and they don't trust anybody else. They're fighting with people. They're one-sided. Of course they are. They're selfish, stubborn, arrogant in their pride and ego. It's their way or the highway. That's why they're getting slammed. And that's why they're in a firestorm and in the inferno in their life. Jeez, this is crazy. Yeah, what did I say? This person is putting on a show. They think that you care. They think that you're watching, but you're not. Okay, they're putting on a show because they want to appear like someone that they're not. They want to appear as though they're not going through a firestorm in their life, but they are. Everything about them is fraudulent and fake. Sad, man. Sad. Grown-ass men acting this way. They're at risk of losing. Wow, child services. They're at risk of kids being taken or a child being taken. Something being reported. Something about neglect or abuse. Damn. Yep, they have bad habits. They're addicted to drugs. There's addictions. There's, toxicities. Toxicities within their personality. We already know that. Oh my dog. How many times are we going to get this energy out here? I cannot, you guys. Steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates and feeds off of you. How many times did I say that before this energy even came out? Because I know all about distorted masculines. That's how I knew this was the energy, and this is what's coming out now. They feed off of your personality. They don't give them anything. Try to stay as private as possible. Don't let them feed off of your energy. Don't do any back and forth, like anything. Just starve them to death. Okay? Starve them. I don't mean literally to death, but you know what I mean. Starve them. But this is a person who literally wants to be you. It's sick. This person is sick. They're feeling like ish. Yep, they're using fake accounts to spy on you. So this could be any of the platforms. Any, okay? Obsessive lover, it's here again. Dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessive, and karmic. They are still in karmic energy. So if this distorted masculine has already started going through all this, because they could be about to, just FYI. If it hasn't started yet, it's about to. That's why it's showing up here. But if it's already started, okay, they haven't changed because of it. They're still in karmic energy. They're still in dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessive, obsessive lover energy. They're obsessed with you. But you see that it's not love, okay? It's not love, it's obsession. Very different. Obsession objectifies. And love is obviously not this. I don't even need to break that down. You rejected them. Yep, and now they're obsessed with you. If you reject a narcissist, they'll be obsessed with you forever, especially if you're the best that they've ever had and that you're the best that they could ever get. That's just the facts. If you're a divine feminine, you rejecting them will have them obsessed with you forever. Okay? Not a good thing. Not a good thing. Yeah, as I'm saying not a good thing, we have bad news. But this person's about to get bad news. We already saw that earlier as well. Wasn't it in the same? Where was that? Hold on. I gotta, yeah, you just look at this. Shocking news, bad news. Right next to each other. Shocking news, bad news. Wow, they're about to get a phone call, or somebody's about to tell them some really bad news. And it could be about them going down. Oh, they're going to get bad news and they're going to try to force their way in. Okay, they're going to try to use force with you. You need to be careful. All right, forces things on you, forces their way in, uses force to get what they want. So they're going to get bad news and they may want you to help them and try to force their way in or use force to get what they want or to get you to help them. But this could also just be their rage about everything falling apart in their life. And if you know anything about distorted masculines, they will blame everybody else. And they may blame you for leaving them. That ain't your problem. Right over spiritual attacks and them facing their demons and divine intervention and karma, we have getting readings. So just like I said before, and we saw a similar energy, guys, this person is getting readings on you so that they know how to manipulate you or how to get their way in or how to, do whatever type of damage control they feel they need to do, because their life is in shambles right now and they're mentally spiraling. They're literally crumbling and spiraling. Yeah, they're hiding their true feelings. Wow. So like I said, they're not going to show this because narcissists will never show you that. They have to present to the world like, my life is perfect. I'm like royalty. I'm, super successful. I'm a great catch. They'll try to convince you that they're emotionally intelligent. These are the types of people that, you can't help but see through them after a certain period. Like, if you have to convince other people of what you are, then you're not that. That's a huge red flag right there. You don't need to tell people that you're a good catch. That speaks for itself. You don't need to show people that you're a good parent. That speaks for itself. By your kids saying those things. You don't need to say them. Your kids will say those things. You don't need to prove or try to convey or try to convince somebody that you're intelligent, emotionally intelligent, or talented, or this, that, whatever, because that should speak for itself. If you are, successful, okay, if you're royalty, you don't need to say that you are, because everybody would already know based on your life. Your life speaks for itself. So watch out for people who try to convince you that they are something, because you don't have to say those things. You just have to be. You just have to exist. You just have to be yourself. And people will see that and feel that by your actions, not by you trying to convince. So, distorted masculine energy. Distorted masculines will definitely try to tell you who they are, try to convince you of who they are. That's a big red flag, because their life should speak for itself, and time and experience with that person would show you who they really are. And actions are what speaks, not the BS, not the talk, okay? So they're hiding their true feelings. They have deep emotions about what's going on with them right now in their life. They're actually secretly in love with you, but they're acting cold and detached. But that's not the case. They're in their head, overthinking, stressed, overanalyzing. Yeah, because they're going through hell right now. Egg on their face, ashamed, backfired, got caught. Ooh, with side hustle next to that. So they're getting caught with a side hustle for sure. However, their side, because it looks like they lost their job, so they're doing something illegal, side hustle to make money. And they also may have gotten caught in lies. All right, so it's possible that people have started to connect the dots about this person. All right, maybe multiple people that they were dealing with started all connecting the dots and talking to each other, and they got caught and exposed. They got exposed for who they really are, and they're deeply ashamed, but they're pretending they're not. They're hiding their true feelings. Everything that they were doing backfired. Okay, I feel like this could also be that they are ashamed that they were trying to get into a relationship for money or marry somebody for money. But I also think that part of this is them getting they got caught, or they're about to get caught for their side hustle. They're about to be carless, or they are. Okay, car repo, no car, carless, car issues. Hates on, again, spiritual hater. Okay, hates on your spirituality, light, magic, power. We know that. We have broken mirrors here, addictions, roller coaster, toxic connections. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. This is getting really, really long. This is, wow, this is already at an hour. I'm going to have to make this into two. Should I make this into two parts? No, I'm not going to make this. I'm going to post this on YouTube and TikTok, but I have to make it shorter in different parts on TikTok. Okay, let's look at Divine Femmes energy. Guys, just be real careful with this person. As I'm saying that, this is staring right at me as I'm pulling my cards together. Be really careful of this person. I think that you're done with this person, but let's see. All right. Yep. You're done with them. You don't even want to hear it. You don't want to hear anything about them. You don't want to see anything about them. You probably only care about, you know, I wouldn't say care about, but let's say if you heard about injustice, that would probably be okay. But otherwise, I don't think you want to hear it. You're dating. Good for you. You're dating again. You have new love. Ooh, that may be, like I told you earlier, they know that you are newly in love with somebody or getting married or dating, have tons of options. That's why they want to look like they do. That's why they're gathering groupies of Jezebels, okay? Women that don't even compare to you. They're jealous. You're back on the market. You don't care. You're focused on your new boo. Probably looking back like, why was I with this trash? This is the next card that shows trash. So, yeah, you got rid of this person. You threw them away, tossed them out. You got rid of them. That sounds bad, but it's not. When you can, like, when you know what this distorted masculine did to you or to my collective, right? So they treated you terribly. I'm not going to get into all the details of the words, but brutally. And you finally tossed them out. Yeah, moving on, letting go, loving you, free. You escaped this person. You're done. Yeah, I think that you're with somebody else or you're about to be. If you're not yet, you're about to be. You have a lot of options, Divine Femme. Obviously, you're a Divine Femme. So, Divine Femmes are gorgeous, radiant, glowing goddesses. And they are nurturing, loving. They take care of their partner. We are the types that will make your lunch when you go to work, do all of your laundry, cook dinner every night, keep everything tidy, watch your kids, watch our own kids, do things for, our partners and their families, and pour a lot of time, love, effort, and energy and nurturing into. You can't replace that. No wonder why they're falling apart. Not only are they going through all the stuff they're going through, but they're not going to be able to replace you. You freed yourself from that BS, and you're moving in silence. Amazing. How is this coming out? How is this coming out? I've been talking about this, that you need to move in silence, keep a lot of stuff private, don't let them have too much access to your energy, or any, if you can help it, and just don't let them feed off your energy. You're focused on self-love right now. Amazing. You're a queen rising. Yes, you are. Stepping into your power. You're being praised for something that you do in the community, in life, for others, for the, on your spiritual journey. You're coming up. You're in the spotlight. Wow. This is definitely divine feminine energy, divine feminine goddess energy for shizzle. It's game over. Wow. Look at that cracked heart. You stomped on that. They did that to you first, though, by being an a-hole. Worse than an a-hole. It's game over. You're done with this person. Now their life's falling apart. Yeah, you saw their true colors. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. No, you cannot. You cannot unsee after you see. I just posted about that today, too. Divine feminine. Seriously. Divine feminine. I'm reading now of the energy for the divine feminines, and divine feminine came out. That is freaking hilarious. Hilarious and amazing. You go, girl. You go, queen. Go, goddess. You're not a queen, you're a goddess. You're too busy winning. You are literally winning, coming up, stepping into power, praised, in the spotlight, divine feminine energy, lots of options, moving in silence, focused on self, self-love, loving you, moving on, letting go, dating, back on the market, winning. Okay? You're doing something amazing in this life, or you're about to be. I think you already are. Running away. Yeah. You already ran away, I feel, or maybe you still are, because it's a collective reading, all right? Yep. Illumination. The sun shines on you again. The sun has shined on the truth, or shone, whatever. Truth, discovery, awakening. It's late, guys. Sorry. My brain starts to shut down a little bit towards the end of the day. I had a lot of clients today. You discovered the truth about this person, and it gave you a spiritual awakening, or another spiritual awakening. And this one had to do with self-love, getting away from this monster, and stepping into your power. Hallelujah. Okay? And amen. That's right. Living in the moment. You are enjoying your life, baby. Yes, you are. Okay? You're literally free now. You're free to do whatever you want. Living in the moment. Enjoying your life. Busy winning. Busy rising. Thank God. Blocked. You have them blocked everywhere. They're trying to spam call you. Yeah, you blocked even spam calls and texts, possibly. They were probably trying to hack you, like I saw earlier, and you blocked them in whatever ways you can. I'm sure they could still probably get through with some spam calls or texts or whatever, because there's lots of apps that you can create fake numbers. I know because I've dealt with this BS before, and I have received and still receive all kinds of stuff like this. But you don't give a damn. You don't click on anything. Don't click on any links, you guys. Don't respond. Don't do any of that. You're focused on your family, all right, or building a family. So if you don't have a family already, then you're focused on your children if you have children, or you are focused on building a family if you don't have a family yet, or you don't have children yet. Yep, you rejected that person, and now they're completely stuck on you because they will never be able to replace you. Nobody else can be you. Nobody else can be better than you. Nobody else can mimic you because you're queen, rising, goddess, divine feminine. Point blank and period. My collective, do not F with my collective, because now Granddaddy Saturn is putting the skibbity paps on distorted masculine. Oh my goodness. You may have been married to this person. Divorce, breaking contract. So take this as an energy. If you weren't married to this person, it could have been a soul contract that they broke with their behavior. So you decided to cut the cords, the energetic cords between you and this a-hole. Okay? Or you could be really divorcing them, or you did. Because you got sick and tired of their BS. Look at this lazy dog. Okay? I love dogs, but anyway, it's symbolic. Okay? Cycles, over it. Yeah, they had you in a toxic karmic cycle. You got sick and tired of it. You were over it, and decision was made. You said no more. And you said, schnippity schnip. Mother effer. Yes, you did. That's what you said. Fed up. Right after this, we've got fed up. I'm literally just pulling from the middle of this deck right now. And I have a whole other stack of these bad boys. So we'll see if we need to get some more out here. But I don't even know if I'm going to pull out actual tarot today, because I do want to see actually what the rewards are for divine masculines before I end this reading. This is a really long reading, but that's okay. Dodging bullets. So you seriously didn't just dodge one bullet by eliminating this person from your life, by walking away from this person, running away, actually it says. Blocking negativity, escaping crazy people, and protected from haters. Wow. So whatever karmic people this person was dealing with, you were also being protected from them. So if you share your life and your energy and your body with somebody who's in distorted masculine energy, heavy karmic energy, you can literally take on so many of their problems, some of their karma as well. Unfortunately, I don't know why it's like that, but it is. You'll notice that the longer you stay in a toxic relationship, everything in your life will just start to crumble. It's the universe, it's God telling you, like, wake up. This person is going to destroy you, damage you, hurt you, or unalive you, or this person is just so toxic for you that they're going to destroy your mental health, or they are. And the universe or God is like, hey, pay attention, wake up, choose you, choose better for yourself. This isn't love, it's the universe's way of shaking you up. In tarot, we call that a tower moment. So yeah, already knowing the tea. So you already know that they're going through the inferno right now, the firestorm, the chaos, the mentee bee, okay? The breakdown, all the loss. You already know the tea. You must be a spiritual, of course, you're a divine feminine. Why am I even saying that? Of course, you're a spiritual, divine being. You have spiritual gifts. So you already know. You already know this without even somebody having to tell you. You're tired of the drama. Yeah. Divine feminines don't like drama, period. Look at this. You are so connected to the divine that you're receiving guidance from above. We have faith here, healing. You're healing, or you did heal. You're still healing. Intuition and dreams. Yeah, you're definitely being guided from your spirit team, by God, your spirit team, your own intuition, your higher self, your dream state. There was something else that was coming to me. You're protected. You're protected. You were being protected, and you still are. You're with your boss daddy, or you're about to be with your boss daddy. Stable, rich, business owner, CEO, big D energy. I just want to clarify that this energy here is not just about, boss daddy energy is not just about, material things. This is emperor energy. If we were to translate this card into a tarot deck card, this would be emperor energy. So you have an emperor coming in, or you're already with an emperor. That is the ultimate husband, the ultimate father, the ultimate divine masculine, the man who has healed, the man who takes care of business, who has high levels of integrity. He's not a liar. He's not a scammer. He's not a con artist. He's not a fraud. He treats his woman with respect, love, kindness. He's responsible. He is a leader by example. He's literally the opposite of, if this is healthy masculine energy, emperor energy and boss daddy energy is healthy masculine energy, and it's the opposite of obviously distorted toxic masculinity. The past person. You're a high value woman. You're a divine feminine, so of course you're a high value woman. Wow, we've had Queen Rising, Divine Feminine. Now we have the Empress, you see? Under high value, it says the Empress. You're beautiful, you're sexy, you're abundant, and you're confident. This person, your ex, is pissed. He's never gonna find another you. Ain't gonna happen. Yep, what was I just saying? You have spiritual gifts. You're protected. You have spiritual gifts. Incredible. Your spiritual gifts are helping you to heal, are helping you to... You're being divinely guided. You're literally being divinely guided. I feel like you may be doing something in your career or heading in that direction by using your spiritual gifts that you offer to humanity. You're tapped in, okay? You're very tapped in. Look at this. You've done the healing work. You're continuing to just grow, evolve, expand. You closed the cycle with this past person. We know that already. Moving on, thank you, next. Yeah, you're like, it's time for my boss daddy, my emperor. Definitely. You're in the spotlight. This keeps coming out, guys. What are y'all doing? What are you guys doing? I want to hear in the comments, please. Tell me, what are you doing? You are literally coming up as a superstar, a spiritual superstar. You are in the spotlight, in the limelight. You have a massive audience, or it's growing, or this is about to happen, all right? And this jealous ex is trying to say that you're self-absorbed, but you don't give a damn. You don't care. Oh, my dog. You're watching. You are actually watching ish go down, possibly using your spiritual gifts, or you're hearing about it, or or something. Watching ish go down, enjoying the gossip. Here you are eating your popcorn. Watching this person or hearing about this person get their karma, or watching them spiral. But I don't feel like you're like watching them, but you may be hearing about it from somewhere else. Yeah, you turn your back on that person, so I don't think you're paying attention, but you may be hearing stuff. It's getting long. I feel like we need to start pulling some. Yeah, faith, healing, meditation, praying. You're so much into your spirituality right now, and developing your spiritual gifts, using your spiritual gifts, you're just in this divine feminine goddess empress energy, queen rising energy. You're just, yeah, you're killing it, girl. You are killing it right now. I don't know if I want to pull more of these. Yeah, the past person was a karmic lesson. Queen bee. Oh my goodness. Oh man. This, okay. What I'm picking up now, like this person was not in any alignment with you at all. They're in super toxic karmic energy, this distorted masculine from the past, and you are literally in queen bee energy, completely just not, this person, the past person is not on your level. Okay, they're just not on your level, and that's probably why they're trying to find groupies now who are on their level. All right, they're gonna try to reel in some supply that of women who are not on your level. All right, who are on this distorted masculine's level. That's the only way they're gonna get people to pay attention to them. But they're going through the inferno, firestorm. But you're in queen bee energy. Look at you in your crown. All right, secure, confident, boss bee, career focused. You go, girl. All right, so we've tapped into divine femmes energy. I'm so happy to see this for you guys. I'm going to get out tarot to look at, no, I'm going to actually do all oracle today. I want to look at divine masculine's energy and see what his rewards are, or his energy is like for doing the work. Whoa, that's a lot. Hold on, it's too many. They're in good health. We'll take these two, came up in the opposite way. These all came out like that. So, yep, they're okay. Divine masculines are open and receptive to love, to light, to the universe. Their health is in good standing. Yep, they're thriving and healthy. Thriving and healthy is what I'm getting from this. They're open, receptive to the universe's blessings. They're receiving blessings from the universe. You see that? So they're getting, divine masculines are getting their rewards. And what better reward is there than blessings from the universe and good health? Good health is the biggest blessing of all. So their health may be improving, or they're just in really, really strong, thriving, good health right now. Wow, look at this. Divine masculine. Okay, they're in the energy of awareness. They're tapped in. They're connected. They're connected to Mother Earth, the cosmos, into you. So if this is, if you haven't met your emperor yet, this is your emperor's energy, the healed divine masculine that's coming in, okay? The eternal light of love. Are you serious right now? I've never actually, this card has never come out. And look at this masculine right here. Wow. This is amazing. I don't know if you guys can see this, but do you see all the different zodiac signs here? This is a super tapped in person, a divine masculine who possesses the eternal light of love. He is so conscious, awake, but he's also a warrior. You see the sword? This is a protector. This is a protector, a warrior, a nurturer, and somebody who is not afraid to have the difficult conversations, to be vulnerable with you, to be open with you. All right? This is amazing. Their energy is super strong, connected. Wow, you feel their energy. You guys may have a psychic connection is what I'm picking up here. They're seriously filled with light, connected to the light. Do you see these orbs around? Okay, they're connected with nature. They're totally tapped into the energy of the divine. Wow. they're comforting to you like an angel, like a divine masculine angel. Okay, they bring you peace, comfort, harmony, joy, bliss. You're never alone. Okay, they're always with you. They always support you. This is a divine masculine who will be or already does give you tons of emotional support, never makes you feel like you're alone in anything, supports you in whatever you go through in your life, okay, without judging you. They give you strength because they possess strength. This is a person who's done the healing work. This divine masculine has done the healing work. Divine masculines, good job. I'm so proud of you guys, all right? You have gained the inner power and inner strength so that you can provide that for your divine feminine and for yourself, more importantly, because we heal for ourselves first. But I always say this, and anybody that tells you otherwise does not know what they're talking about. Literally, I've seen toxic masculines out here talking about or hearing about them talking about healing when they are out here traumatizing people. They don't know anything about it, okay? Yes, healing is an inside job, but if your partner's not also healing to you and giving you strength, then that's not your person, because your partner and you both should be helping to heal each other. That's what relationships are for. That's part of one of the biggest parts of relationships. And people who say otherwise really don't know what they're talking about. You need to heal by yourself before you find love. That is BS. Okay? You can do enough healing so that you're not toxic to another person. That's important. That is important. But you don't have to be fully healed to deserve love. In fact, the most precious, thriving, and happy and fulfilling relationships are people that help each other to continue to heal. And anybody that tells you otherwise is a fraud. I don't care. You can fight me on that. This person gives you strength. Okay? Absolutely beautiful. This person is like an angel. This person is an earth angel. Earth angel in your life. So funny. This divine masculine is literally like an earth angel to you in your life, supporting you through every step of the way. I'm going to end it there. Guys, if you haven't met your divine masculine yet, you have him coming in. Some of you have, okay? If you have this energy from the person that you're dealing with now, then you already know you're with your divine masculine, okay? And if you haven't met them yet, this is what you have waiting for you. All of this in this beautiful, healed, divine masculine. So I just want to say thank you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, follow. I love you so much. Thank you for all your love and support. And until next time, bye.